Hi guys, how's it going? Raven here. I think this is season 1, episode 9 of Old Tricks, New Ways. This is a series where I take the old stuff that I know how to do, the old tricks that I know how to do, and basically try doing them in new and or unfamiliar ways, or I combine a bunch of old tricks that I know in order to learn a new one. Thus the title, Old Tricks, New Ways. I mentioned at the end of my last video when I think I said that I rolled my ankle. I did, but it wasn't horrible or anything bad. It was a little tweak. I just rested for maybe I think I just rested for maybe like 2 or 3 days and I just went back out and kept skating and it feels good, you know? It's also like my flicking ankle, so I'm not feeling any pain with that, no problems at all, so just a little tweak, nothing crazy, so you don't have to worry about that. I was overthinking it. Last episode, you saw me get really close to doing a pop shove at manual, or I was getting there. First was learning the pop shove up onto the little mani pad and then trying to find a way to really get more familiar with the manual motion. This session was definitely not my best. I was close. The fact that I got super close means that I can do it, but it's definitely going to take some more time, and I feel like I can really need to put in some more work, but I'm not worried about that. Let me stop talking. I'll show you guys the footage. If I'm being totally honest, I feel like when it came to trying this trick, I definitely did have more of a productive session. Getting the pop shove it up this little ledge here took me about 8 minutes. I don't know how it did, it just really did. Maybe because I probably didn't practice it for like 2 weeks, but I'm still trying to get a feel for it again. But after a little bit of practice, I was able to get the hang of it, and eventually I was able to successfully pop shove it onto it, like right there. I just had to just commit a little bit more. This wasn't a horrible session, but I could definitely say for sure that things were not going quite in my favor, but I'll get into that part later. One of the things that really made this session not as productive as it could have been, and this obviously isn't my fault or anyone else's, well, sort of. There was a lot of people at the park by this time I came here, and it was busy, and not everyone really knows park etiquette. I can't really hold it against anybody. Some of these guys are just kids, they don't really know any better, and if I got into anybody's way, I'd apologize, or like vice versa. So it wasn't all bad, it was okay, so it's not that big of a deal now, I guess, but I feel like if there were less people at the park, everyone wasn't going all over the place when I was trying this, it would have been easier. But hey, the world does not revolve around me, everyone's doing their own thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. One of the things I had to really teach myself when it came to good board control on this trick was to try to pop shove it differently. I think I mentioned it in the last episode, but I was so used to catching my board with my front foot and then landing on the board. Now I have to really just like throw my board a little bit out in front of me and try to catch my board or land on my board with both feet at about the same time. So I can't really rely on catching here. I kind of just have to just throw it, make sure it spins, and just put my back foot just a little bit farther back near the pocket so I can get close to landing on it. I don't know who the hell was moving my camera here. I feel like that kind of bothered me a little bit. Maybe they were trying to readjust it. Maybe it was something else. I mean, the angle looks fine, so thank you, but don't touch my stuff. I mean, you didn't really give me consent to do that, so yeah, that kind of bothers me a little bit. I had to adjust the brightness a little bit on my camera to make it look a little bit better, so it's a little bit brighter. The sun's still setting at this point, but just make it a little bit brighter for you guys. Honestly, as weird as this is going to sound, having the park being kind of crowded in a way is also kind of a good thing. And I say this because it allows me to realize that my time is limited and that I'm not always going to get the chance to try this every single time. And sometimes, you know, me getting stuck in my head all the goddamn time. So sometimes having those people around, you know, with it being more crowded, sometimes gives me all the more motivation to actually try going for it, you know? Because hey, time is limited, so use your time wisely. I'm one to talk, but I think you get the point. At this time in the session, I was kind of getting over it. I wasn't getting really any close, or at least sometimes I was, and other times I was getting robbed. I was exhausted, I was dripped in sweat. I was also kind of hungry because I think I was here maybe till almost about like 9 o'clock at night, I think. And it was really, really, really tiring. I really wanted to get this, you know, it was very, very possible, and I got so close every single time, you know. It's tricks like these where they don't really get much of a tutorial like online to do it. You kind of like, you know, have to just, you know, go out there, try it, and just figure it out for yourself. Obviously that can be said for every trick, but they don't have tutorials for this stuff online. So I'm kind of just going in and just hoping it sticks and just trying to figure out what to do and what not to do. It's not easy, but I wouldn't have it any other way. At least that way makes it more fun and more worthwhile. The guy who was behind me, or actually I guess behind the quarter pipe, his name was Marcus. I think he's been in one of my videos before in the past, and he recently came back to town, so I was able to catch a sketch with him. He was filming me for a little bit, so I appreciate him for it. I really wish I could have gotten that clip for him, but better luck next time, I guess. I guess it just wasn't for today.
Sure. You're like this. Keep it squared up like this. Spread your arms out like that.
I just remembered something now that I think about it. The guy who I just mentioned there a couple seconds ago, Marcus, he was actually giving me tips. I think also some other guy too. I was leaning a little bit too far forward when it came to doing the manual, so I couldn't really get that close to it. If I tried maybe just leaning back a little bit more, staying, I guess, more centered, as I always say, it'll definitely make more of a difference. I think it was also the fact that my arms are way too close together. When it comes to doing like an ollie manual, I always have my arms spread out, like farther apart to help me balance with my shoulders. So by doing that, I think focusing on that just a little bit more, I think that'll make the pop shove it manual a lot easier. Because getting the pop shove it up there, I mean, I did it like a bunch of times. It's very, very easy. But the manual part, I just need to keep if I keep those few things in mind, I should be perfectly fine. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.